Hello. How's it going? Hello, everyone. I was off today. I'm all discombobulated. So good, too good. It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. I'm not stinky. I took a shower. Fuck you. So good, too good. I had a nice little 4-day weekend, so that means I'm dreading going back to work tomorrow. But we are starting a new series-ish thing that I decided to do about an hour ago. I decided that we're going to be doing a design sort of every class in D&D. Do other people say that, or do I just say it too much? So good, too good. I think you just say it. I think I just got it from you, Weasel. It's like your catchphrase. That and I'm gonna make like a baby and head out. That's another one. But yeah, I kind of wanted to I realized I don't do a whole lot of character design, which is like something that I like really like doing. And I was like, what do I want to design a character for? And then I was like, hey, why don't I just design a character for each class in like D&D? I called dibs on okay. But we're starting with Divination Wizard because I was talking about Divination Wizard today at some point, and I can't remember what I was talking about, but it was on my mind. So we're starting with Divination Wizard. Anyway, I hope everyone had a nice long weekend. I wish my headphones would work. Divination is my second favorite wizard class. What's your first? I haven't played enough wizards to have like an actual opinion on what I like the most. I think I've played Enchantment Wizard and Order of Scribes. Order of Scribes is very fun. That's what Hiccup is. Your favorite Necromancer. What's your favorite? I kind of like, I never really wanted to play a wizard until I played Hiccup. And the only reason I played Hiccup as a wizard was because it was Strixhaven. It was a Strixhaven setting. Scribes is my favorite. See, I like Scribes. I liked Enchantment. I wish that there was more that you could do with Enchantment. It's a Dookie subclass. I wish that there was more you could do with like, I don't know, I feel like Wizard is sort of underutilized. Or at least like the subclasses, like I feel like you should be able to do a little bit more with them, especially with your with like your school. I think that they could come up with like better features. That was my opinion of enchantment anyway. Like I really wanted like because I was Euphemia. Euphemia was my enchantment wizard. I wanted her to just be like femme fatale vibes. Yeah, exactly. So they don't feel specialized unless you put in, yeah. Which is silly, considering like if you're gonna have like a specifically necromancy wizard, enchantment wizard, it should feel like they do it exceptionally well. Mistress Euphemia gave vibes, all right. I miss playing Euphemia. Euphemia was a bitch. I'm not doing a doodle request for you. I'm gonna turn that redeem off. Anyway, let me see if I could. Hello, Vancouver. Welcome on in. I don't want to see if so I made like a little like mood board for this. The problem with Divination Wizard is I want to kind of go fortune teller-esque, but I don't want to make it like Romani-esque because I feel like that's very disrespectful. And I want to be like respectful of people's cultures. And I feel like it's very easy to sort of go that route when you're doing like a design for a fortune teller. Hello, welcome on in, Ignited. Let me see. We're gonna do browser. The note. Actually, cancel that. I want to do that. I lied. So I'm already, see, I don't want to do that. Sir, I don't have lemonade. I haven't had lemonade in a while. Why don't you display window capture? About there we go. Oh, this was the vibes. Screen deception got real. So this was the vibes I wanted to do. I was looking up like herbs that are used in like divination magic, and it's like sage, lavender, etc., etc. And I kind of want to do like maybe purple and like the kind of lavender and sage colors as like the color scheme with gold. I think I want to have gold accents. What color? Lavender is purple. It's like a pale purple. And then I also was thinking of having because I wanted to do tarot cards because I like tarot cards. I collect a lot of tarot cards. And I think I want to make like the tarot cards would be like the spell book. I thought that would be like a really cool thing. Where instead of like a traditional spell book that wizards would have, her spell book is in the form of tarot cards, so she gains a card every time she learns a spell, sort of thing. Or at least that's the idea. You need to figure out like a pose for her. But let's switch over. We will. That is, I feel like white is so jarring. Sounds really cool and more special, right? Does she read bones? See, I was thinking about that too. I was thinking like maybe just like different things. I also thought like having like the, you know how like in palm reading and stuff, like each segment of your finger is sort of aligned with like a different planet or a different part of your life. I was thinking of having her have like the palm tattoos that like signify that. Refund my doodle points. Refund them yourself. I've actually never had my palm read either. I think I'm too scared to do that. I've never actually, so I've done readings for myself with tarot cards, but I've never had a reading done for me in any sort of capacity, not with like runes, tarot cards, palm reading, bones. Like I've never done any of that. I am too scared to do that. How does a rune? I'm actually not sure. I've never really delved into runes before. So I think it's the rudimentary understanding of what I know runes are is you have all of the runes with all of the symbols on them, and then you throw them. And then depending on, it's kind of like bone reading as well, kind of like what you see on the runes is like your reading. Novelty tarot deck with only death. Cake or death. Yeah, I've so I love tarot readings and I love tarot decks. I have a lot of tarot decks, probably an egregious amount. But runes has always been very like intimidating to me in like practice, where I'm like, I don't know, it seems like a lot. Although I do love, like, I've seen really nice gemstone rune sets that are just like really nice, that I'm like, I don't use runes, but these really are nice. I think I want them. Okay. Yeah, not enough. I think I have like 10 or something tarot decks at this point. Oh, make some notes. We're gonna have the tarot deck spellbook. I do want, like, kind of want her to be wearing a veil. I do. So I'm thinking of making her an ASMR just because I want to have her have like a bunch of eyes on her. Very much biblically accurate angel vibes. An ASMR with a fat ass. I mean, that's just like a given, Raffle, you know? She gotta have a fat ass. She could be a potato. I want her to be beautiful. Canonically, yeah, canonically dummy thick. Yeah, exactly. You get me, Raffle. Of all of her eyes. Damn it. I just need everyone to like assume that, even if I don't explicitly say it, that any character I design and or am playing is just dummy thick. Just absolute dump truck. TMCTTRPG Master Swinger's got a fat ass. Hey, Ad. Hey, Op. How's it going, man? Them fat and them thighs. Most of my characters are part hippo. I mean, straight out of Africa. Jesus Christ, Ruffle. Like, I don't know if I want to do it to be like super posy, or if I want to just do like fucking T-pose character design. You know, sometimes you just need to laugh through the pain. It's true. So we have a silent foundation work with it in more ways than one. Oh, not Moto Moto, dude. That's gonna be me tomorrow when I go back to work after the long weekend, because oof. Am I dreading it? I also realized that like my emails and like my Teams notifications got turned off to go to like my phone when I'm not at work. And so I'm gonna go in tomorrow. I'm gonna turn my work laptop on tomorrow, and it's gonna be a fucking disaster. Do you watch South Park? Not really. I used to when I was younger. I'm trying to get Bones to also listen to the book. Fun fact, oh my god, Raffle. Think it's holy. I was forced to go out for supper on Sunday, silly family birthday thing. Ugh. It's never come up in RP. Well, now you've just given away the surprise raffle for when it eventually does come up in RP. I just want others to talk about the books I like, damn it. I started reading the Bridgerton book, so. I was recommended to watch South Park by several people. The stiff animation made me feel turned off. I feel like there are some shows that like I can't watch due to the animation style. Surprisingly, South Park's not one of them. Like I never had an issue when I watched South Park with the animation. But there are some shows where I'm like, ooh. Even games and stuff that I've seen, I'm like, I can't get past the animation style. I wasn't even dressed as a French maid. Have her standing kind of normally. Maybe like her hands. And then I want like the tarot cards to be forming like a halo around her. All the same animation styles. Use a Flash, I think. All my PCs has the TISM in some form. My NPCs can be. I don't think I'm capable of portraying a neurotypical person, Raffle, so I get that. If when you get, can the monk be a shifter? Yeah. Hello, Lady M. Lady M, how's your, did you guys get internet set up yet? I believe that's called masking. It's hard to be neurotypical when you've never been. I know how. Like, as weird as I am on the internet, in like real life, in like professional settings, I am able to like mask my varying mental illnesses fairly well. However, I think if I were to like commit to playing a character, it would be a little hard for me because I find it boring to play those types of characters. Exactly, Raffle. No, that's Millennium. That is horrible. On a character who's only motivated by jelly beans. Oh my god. Yes, we're making so I've decided to do this little series where we do a little design for each class because I haven't done like character design in a while and I really wanted to like do like think about things when I'm doing the character design and like have reasonings for each like aspect of the character. So I went in and I made like a little collage thing for this character, and I think I'm going to do it for each character as well. Um, so I can make sure that the design is cohesive. My phone told me my headphones had 2% battery left at 2 p.m. at work. Considering the fact that I'm still using them 5.5 hours later, I am thinking they lied to me. I would say so. When my maybe I'll have her have like really dainty pose. I imagine this character is deeply unsettling, but only when you speak to her. Just says like the most off the wall shit because visions and divination. So she is very cute otherwise. I know this is random, but the kid listening, I said it before and I'll say it again. Just assume that all of my characters are dummy thick. Hi there, potato ass. Mar opens all 170 eyes in response. Exactly. And like she's gonna have eyes like all over the place, but like they're gonna be closed, you know? Fire and brimstone or charity and tolerance? I think like charity and tolerance. What's she doing with all that ass? And I said, I know for anyone who's just come in, I was saying that I kind of want her to, so instead of like a normal spell book that you would have as a wizard, I want her spell book to be in the form of tarot cards. So like every time she learns a new spell, there's a tarot card associated with that spell that she gains for her deck. What's she doing with all that junk? All that junk inside that trunk. Okay, hear me out. No eyebrows. I hear you. In combat, you actually, yeah. So that's what I was thinking, Ad, where like I feel like so if I were to play this character and if I had the opportunity to really play this character right, what I would want to do is I would want this character like I would make a deck with each of the spells that she knows, and whatever card I pull as the spell I cast, it doesn't matter the situation or context for it. No eyebrows, they melted off when she looked at the Ark of the Covenant. But closed eyes where her eyebrows should be. Oh, yeah. Look at all. All my friends safe. Fireball. Is she going to talk like what's that mean? The time to duel. Um, and I don't know about like you guys, but from like my ASMRs, when I'm like thinking ASMR, they don't like they're usually when I think of an ASMR, like they're very like angelic. But also like their pupils, their eyes don't have like pupils or anything. Or irises. It's just like a plain color. Sukuna's design in the manga. Just not as many arms. She's not gonna have she's not gonna have as many arms as Sukuna. God, I need to catch up on Jujutsu Kaisen. Oh, it means she needs to. Oh yeah. Yes, creature. That's why, like, if you notice, Alepht's design for All We've Lost, Aleph has like pure emerald eyes. Because that's just how I envision. Okay. That's how I envision ASMRs to be. Because like, if you like, I know some people are like, oh, they look like humans. I'm like, no, no, no. They have to. They're literally celestial beings. Like, they have to look a little different, unsettlingly different. What kind of hair do we want to give her? Do we want like short hair or long hair? Bald. We're not doing bald. Slightly, yes, slightly biblical feel. Maybe she's 6 toe on 1 foot and does not know why. I want her to have like obscenely stretched ears too. Every time an angel appears, the first thing said is to not, yeah, be not afraid. Be not afraid. I'll just spit on my iPad. Don't worry about that. Sometimes that happens. Oceans of blood pouring out of the No, that she needs to go see a healer for that. If I design like a tiefling, and I will end up using tiefling for something because I love tieflings, they're my favorite race in D&D. I do want to lean into like the like really fucked up possessed devil side of tiefling. Like maybe like blood just starts pouring from their eyes and mouth at random times. I want to give her like baby bangs to really like drive home the no eyebrows thing. Tiefling. Oh. What is the what's the barbarian that goes into like a frenzy? Is that a specific subclass? That's all barbarians. Oh, it is. Yeah, here's my problem. I'm thinking Dragon Age and I'm thinking of Reavers for the fighter subclass. Hold on. Oh, Berserker. I think it's Berserker. Yeah, Berserker goes into a frenzy. Um yeah, I want to do like Tief Berserker Barbarian. I think that would be really dope. And then when they go into a frenzy, Maisie, hey. Hey, I know you don't like them. She hates the neighbors. When they go into a frenzy, like they're like fucking eyes just start bleeding. Playing a half-orc barbarian was so much relentless endurance is fucking amazing. Seth and Kelly, actually, Seth played a berserker barbarian. Kelly was, I think, a Path of the Zealot. The tick move with a palm. I love that. Up circles. I want her hair, like, almost like nun-like a veil. We have the Long Death Monk when they get the ability to survive attacks by using key points. That's fucking dope. Monk is another one. I've only played a monk, I think, once before. Maybe twice. Once? But I love monks. I love just going up and just fucking beating the shit out of things. That was great. The idea, like, at first you think she's covered in lesions until one actually opens up to a fully articulated eyeball, searching wildly for a foe before closing as she casually scratches a that. Like, that's what I mean, where it's like, you're like, wow, this is like a pretty normal person, and then eyeballs everywhere, just unsettling. Monk is my favorite class to play, hands down. My favorite class is Druid. Druid has been a class that I've just had the most fun playing. They all close, including the one on her butt. Choo. So her hair is short in the back. With D&D, I know it inspired popular RPGs that take classes like Final Fantasy, but D&D is also a board game, right? It's playable in many formats. Yeah, so it's a tabletop role-playing game, which means traditionally you're supposed to play it around the table, and you would usually have like a map with like minis of your characters to use in like combat and stuff. So yeah, it's a board game. However, obviously with advancement of technology, I just had like a very I don't know if I should voice it on stream, the thought I just had. You guys let me know if you want to hear my little intrusive thought that just popped into my head. D&D, yeah, D&D's been around for about 50 years. Please voice it. I was saying her nipples would actually be like eyeballs. Thoughts? Opinions? Is that a good idea or no? Only if, yeah, obviously. Okay, okay. Thank you for supporting things. All of my insane ideas, guys. I appreciate you all. Yeah, Critical Role uses D&D, although I think that they're probably going to be veering away from Dungeons and Dragons as a rule set, just because they've come out with their own tabletop RPG, actually two of their own at this point. So I imagine that they're probably not going to be using D&D for very much longer once campaign 3 ends. Milk out the one, blood out the other. Do you also? So I haven't watched Dungeon Meshi yet, but I do want to. It's on my watch list. I'm trying to get through. I have a couple of shows I'm currently watching that Joel and I are trying to get through. We'll support your ideas as long as it isn't too over the top. The Dragon Mommy Milkers. My most controversial clip ever. Dragon Mommy Milkers. Take pride in you should. I had a lot of people were upset with me about that clip when I posted it on TikTok. That's how you know it's working. I don't want her to be soft. It's gonna be soft. Soft angles. I don't even go here. I know, right? Took so many goodies from my you just like you rob them. So Joel and I are watching his sister's animals while they're away on vacation. Namely their one dog Cheeky. And he is a little bastard. He's very, very cute. He's a little Pomeranian. He's so cute, but he just barks at me anytime I'm like within a 20-foot radius of him. What race is the new character in Elf, for example? So this character is an Aasimar. If you're not familiar with like lore for Aasimar, they are basically their bloodline in some way has been touched by a celestial being, so they're like part angel. Hello, Chunky. How are you? Your local dumbass is here. Hello, Sippy. I don't know why. Actually, I do know why. The phrase come here and give me a hug, it's like I have a visceral reaction to that from all of the men that I've known in all of my life who are like, what, can I get a hug? No, you can't. Don't talk to me. So she has holy powers. Yes. But not holy in like a sort of like what you would think as like a biblical sense, because for the most part, D&D doesn't it doesn't follow like the traditional mythology of, you know, the world. There are different sorts of celestial beings in D&D mythology. I will give you a crisp high five. The race plus class combo is peak. Not gonna thank you. She has holy powers. That's because of all the eyeballs. Warlock with Jesus as your patron. I'm not gonna lie, I think it would be pretty funny to have like a D&D, like actual like D&D rules with like Christianity. I think it would be really fucking funny. Like have like a has-been setting. Give me a hug. Lots of smiting and spitting of seed. Third level, you get water. Is there a spell that like you can turn there's a spell where you can like transmute things, right? Where you do like water into wine. I always forget that Bring Me the Horizon is British, and it's very jarring when I hear Ollie Sykes speak. Infinite food hack. Is that like you just like reflavor, create, and destroy water? You know? You guys are forgetting the part where the prophet summoned 2 bears to maul some teenagers who called him bald. Well, was he bald? Was he bald? He was. Prophet these nuts. Got him. Got him. I'm trying to figure out what kind of silhouette I want her to have. What kind of clothing I want her to wear. Her response was to open 107 eyes for saying, "Be not afraid," wouldn't help. Why? She said not to be afraid. I got sun poisoning today because I'm totally beyond exhausted. Whoopsie daisies. Were you outside all day, Chunky? Did you wear sunscreen, Chunky? I was yelling at Ad the other day for not wearing sunscreen on his bald ass head. Skin protection's very important. Narc. I don't wear sunscreen ever. This is me being disappointed in you. So she can, okay, what if like a lot of her like a lot of gauzy sort of material where it's like a little transparent. So like corset kind of area would be obviously for the most part opaque. But then like transparent sort of sleeves. Took you long enough to be disappointed in me. This is a fucking throwback. Should directly tie her passive perception to the amount of eyes covered. Well, she has like 107 eyes. I imagine she would gain like the, like, you can't be surprised. And she'd probably get like advantage on perception checks. See, like, this is the kind of character build that like I would like alert. No, I don't want to make it like a feat that this person has to take. Like, if I'm the DM, right? And someone comes with me a cool ass fucking character design where they're like, yeah, I want my character to be like biblically accurate, fucking divination wizard, just like eyes all over the place. I'd be like, hell yeah, this is what you're gonna get with those features that you've added on with flavor. Can't be surprised. See, but I don't want to have, I want like, unless I just give them a free feat. Because I would do that. I wouldn't force them though to use up one of the feats that they get, is what I'm saying. Looking equal parts terrifying and alluring and hot pink fishnets. Birthday suit on this. Look, you said that thing. No, I said that they wouldn't be. I know what alert is. I was saying that they would get the benefit of not being able to be surprised as well as advantage on perception checks. No surprise, but only if naked. Imagine if Shepard had this meant they'd be so cockeyed. All of them. None of them would be looking straight at. I mean, that's actually kind of to her benefit, no? Ooh. Hurt by you guys. I feel like I'm never gonna get past cockeyed Shepherd. I feel like she should have like, this is following like real world astrology. She should have like 9 bands to represent the 9 different planets. Party wakes up to her naked. Especially one for Uranus. Fun fact, as an Aquarius, Uranus is my ruling planet. That explains a lot. Go fuck yourself. Let me see. I think it's Mercury. Yeah, Mercury. So confused. I see. I like astrology stuff. Your Capricorn is Saturn. What if I just have her in like gauze? So we're gonna keep ass. Might as well. Okay, fine. Hold on. Hold on. All right. Aries is ruled by Mars, which makes sense. Because if you don't know, Aries, Mars, god of war. Taurus is ruled by Venus. Gemini is Mercury. Cancer is the moon. Leo is the sun. Virgo is Mercury. Libra is Venus. Scorpio is Pluto. Sagittarius is Jupiter. Capricorn is Saturn. Aquarius is Uranus. And Pisces is Neptune. My planet's sun beats all the planets. Consumes all. Um, yeah. What the hell do I do with the sun ruling me? Stare directly into it. Assert your dominance. Did they pick Uranus because it rhymes with Aquarius? No? I don't know the reasoning for each one. And then obviously each sign, so you have like the 4 elements assigned to each sign. You have whether they're, so there's these things called, it's either cardinal, mutable, or fixed. No love for Pluto. Pluto is the planet of Pluto rules Scorpio. Although apparently in traditional astrology, Mars rules Scorpio, so Pluto's not a planet. You shut your whore mouth. Hi, Cookie. Means you don't need sunscreen. Oh my god, Ad, you stop that. I feel like Gemini should get 2 planets. Neither is the moon or the sun, but they need to fill out more stuff. Yeah. I mean, technically also no planet is ruled by Earth, which is interesting. But I guess it's mostly because the Earth is used as a reference point to where planets are aligned. Because that's the whole point, is how the planets are aligned at the moment of your birth is supposed to influence you in some way, your personality, shape you in some way. That's astrology as a whole. Girl. Should she be barefoot? Hello. Pinky toe eyes? She doesn't have toenails. It's just eyes. Oh. She should get tattoos of random open and closed eyes so enemies don't know which ones are the real ones. See? If I give you all the information, will you tell me all that astrology stuff? Yeah. I would need your date of birth, time of birth, and where you were born. So yeah, your social security number if you want to give me your credit card number as well. Her name Miranda, but all her friends call her Kenny for sure. She should get tattoos, like a butterfly wing. Oh my, yeah, like a death moth. Gemini could have Mars's two moons, Phobos and Deimos, because Gemini and Aries are highly compatible. That is a good point. Like, obviously, traditional astrology, like, they use, like, what they... Jesus Christ, Ad. Hold on. I expected a DM, you fucking freak. Hey, BBG Publishing, welcome on in, guys. How was your little discussion on Morkborg? Hello, hello. Welcome on in, Raiders. Hi, guys. We're doing some designs and also talking astrology. Hello, hi, Dro. Welcome on in. Random fact, do you know the calendar repeats every 28 days? Like how today, 5/28 is Tuesday, and it's like this in 1996, and other leap year exceptions are on years that are multiples of 100, but not 400, like how 1900 is not a leap year. You know, sometimes I think about how we could have divided the calendar in an even way, and they chose not to do that. Welcome on in. Hi, Erica. Hi, Zort. Where the fuck did I put? Oh, here it is. You do know this song. I got my Bad Omens mix going. So we are currently designing a divination wizard who is an Aasimar, and we're doing biblically accurate Aasimar in that she's going to have a bunch of eyes on her. Like how October 31st, 1997 was a Friday. Interesting. But I had to do the mental math. I tried just raffle. You know that originally October, November, and December were the 8th, 9th, and 10th months respectively, but Augustus Caesar wanted a month named after him during his favorite time of year, and then Julius Caesar wanted the same thing. You should just stab Caesar. Mary surrounds. Yeah, exactly. Well, they did stab Caesar, but then they made him a god too, so what are you gonna do? I looked it up and I've been aligned for 20,378 days. When you put it in perspective like that, that's so many days. The dreaded flip. Not that bad. I looked up the phase of the moon when I was born. Okay. I could have told you that when I did your birth chart. 69. Nice. How many more times do I gotta do this? At least one more creature. Hello, Sneezy. Hi.
Come give me.
Why? Give me a hug.
You not remember when streaming.
Oh, that's when random men say it to me. Macy's humping Joel right now.
She tried.
The nice was preordained. That says hi, Joel. Macy's about to knock shit over. Oh, no. One of my string lights just got stuck on Macy and she did not know what to do. I cannot hear you, babe. Don't come at me like that. I will say, when I'm drawing characters, I do have the urge to just give them, like, a bunch of piercings because I have a bunch of piercings. No, I don't think I did. Most dogs are really bad at... Why are you shouting? They can't visualize their... Oh no, May May, I'm so sorry. Here I am making fun of her and she don't know what her legs are doing. I wonder my life has been hard. I was born on a Monday. Oh, fuck. Like Garfield on a Monday. I was born on a Friday, I believe. I was born on a Friday in a snowstorm. It has burgers and tots. Oh, I'm jealous. I want some burger. Oh, I get dicks tomorrow though. I was born on a Wednesday. I was born on a table. Congratulations. What are you? Fuck you, Ed. You are being too spicy. Hey, stop being spicy. I get dicks tomorrow. Fine. Come here, Meme. For some reason, chat wants to see you. Hey. Come here. Come here. Oh my goodness. Come here. Hey. Come here. Maisie. Come on. There you go. Why are you being a bitch? Love me. She said, I don't really want to. She's a fucking floofball. Born on creature. You seem like you were born on a Monday. You ever feel good when you share a birthday with a celebrity? I found out I shared a birthday with a few notable people. I share a birthday with Abe Lincoln. I don't know how I feel about it, but that's just like because my mom always used to have off on my birthday because Abe Lincoln, they did like President's Day. They like celebrated President's Day on Abe Lincoln's birthday or something like that. So my mom always had it off. And she never used to pick me up from school. And I always used to get so mad about it. I'm like, you're off. It's my birthday. Come pick me up. Solomon Grundy, born on a Monday. Share birth. Oh, the Undertaker was my favorite wrestler. Fun fact. Such an ally and abolitionist. Thanks, Ruffle. Share birthday with J.K. Simmons and ooh, J.K. Simmons is good. Bob Dylan and Queen Elizabeth. Oof. He was super cool and I didn't even, yeah. Harry Houdini, Steve McQueen. All right, you guys. I now I got okay celebrities. Born on February 12th. My birthday's February 12th. Mark it on your calendars. Christina Ricci. I don't want to. Just tell me if February 12th birthdays, you bitch. Abraham Lincoln. Gucci Mane. Oh, Tara Strong. Apparently Charles Darwin. That explains my never mind. Josh Brolin. Cool. No one else I care about. John Wayne, Helena Bonham Carter. Ooh, Stevie Nicks. Raffle, you are a chaotic Gemini. I have no idea who shares my birthday. Look it up. Google it. Google GTS. Google that shit. They both love. I do love a turtle. I have a Sprite. I don't know when this got in front of me. Erwin Schrödinger of cat fame. Schrodinger's cat. I'm a cold, detached Aquarius. Does sushi sound good? Do you not want to cook? Is that why you're asking me that? I heard him laugh, so I'm assuming that's the case. Ooh, I have an ad coming up. We are going to take a cheeky little break. I think I have words on stream set up. If you're not familiar, words on stream, it's a little word scramble game. All you have to do is type the word into chat. There is a cooldown, so you can't just type a bunch of words. I know some people get a little confused why their words aren't working. That's why. But we're going to go on a quick break while I run some stupid, silly little ads that Jeff Bezos is forcing upon me. Be right back. Drop me rubber duck. They're sad. Hello, everyone. We're back. Good job, Ruffle. Okay. Oh. That's fine. I haven't posted in Instagram some years, but have you heard about how Meta opted people into data being used for AI training and refusing to opt people out even when they submit the hard? That's not surprising. That is not surprising at all. They really just be doing scummy shit, you know? There's so many companies now who are like openly using AI. It's just going to become more and more popularized. It makes sense considering who's running it. Bad representation for my people. That was a fucking smooth ass line. Did you see that? I'm really proud of that line, man. That line, bro. Mark Zuckerberg. You know the dude from Facebook? You know the guy from Facebook? Man, I just can't stop thinking about the guy from Facebook. Aaron, I'm scared. Submitted the form and they replied to me a day later saying they wouldn't opt me out due to lacking evidence of my information being used. I'm not deleting my post. Like, I've been seeing people declaring they will and hop ship, but like one person said, growing on new platforms is hard and you're throwing your livelihood away. Yup. Yeah, so here's my thing with AI. As an artist, I'm against people use I don't think that is what it is, like they're skimming the internet and they're using people's art without permission is the problem. In terms of AI usage for art. I'm not well versed in other aspects of AI usage, but I do agree with you. AI has its uses. However, I think at the end of the day, what it should be is it should be a supplemental tool to be used. It shouldn't be something that is replacing other people, like people's actual jobs. AI should be handling the tedium, so humans, yes, 100% agree. I didn't delete my NCA after opting out due to me being on the site for years and having a following history there and people I met that I don't want to lose connection with. Yeah, that's how I was with like Twitter. I deleted a lot of my, so what I did on Twitter is I deleted a lot of my art and I went back and I watermarked a lot of it. And this was back in 2021 when the first rumblings of like AI art started happening. But yeah, I agree. It's so hard. And like when people were like jumping ship from Twitter and you have like you have people who will, and this may come across as me shitting on people, but you have the people who will be like, I can't stand for Twitter, you know, I'm never using this platform, and then like a month later they're back on Twitter after just like going on an entire tirade about how Twitter is garbage and you know, the website is so it's like corrupt and blah 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 blah, and it's like, well, stand by your convictions if you're going to stand by your convictions and not use Twitter anymore. The fuckers. Twitter is a necessary evil for me. Excuse me, I think you mean to call it X instead of Twitter. No. It's always going to be Twitter. 50 years from now, I'm like, you guys remember the Twitter? But yeah, I think that social media is very fickle. And we're always going to be chasing the next, popularity on like whatever next platform comes out. It started with MySpace and then it went to Facebook. And then from Facebook, it branched off into like Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram. And now we're on like TikTok, and it's just, it's going to be one thing after the other. I suppose algorithm change, people contemplated going back to DeviantArt, and it was like the time DA was changing to Eclipse format, a controversial UI format. The thing with IG feels like it. Yeah. Yeah, I remember when people were like talking about going back to DeviantArt, and I've been using DeviantArt. I had been using DeviantArt for well over a decade and a half at that point. Like I was on DeviantArt back in like 2005. So I had seen the rise and fall of DeviantArt. And when people were talking about going back to DeviantArt, I'm like, were you guys not around for like the whole fucking drama that happened with DeviantArt back in like the early 2010s, where people like hop shit off of DeviantArt? Now that is a name I haven't heard in a while. I love Tumblr, dude. That was another one. Tumblr had there was a mass exodus from Tumblr when they started banning porn. Like, we can't post titties anymore. Oh, and then people still post titties, so who cares? Friendster, oh my god. I miss my MySpace page. I miss the simplicity of ranking your friends in a public forum. What a time to be alive. Tumblr still exists, and it still got titties. I'd be on Tumblr. You'll never find me, but I'd be on Tumblr. What's the point of you in turning on your PC? Exactly, creature. Jacksepticeye I saw on TikTok where this girl was like me explaining to my cat that Jacksepticeye unfollowed Markiplier on Instagram. Used to go to Tumblr specifically. Are you Myriad? No, they actually don't have underscores on Tumblr, and your can't use them in your username. I have like a one that I used that I was like briefly contemplating posting art to, but the one, like my actual account that I've had since like 2007, you guys probably wouldn't find it. And really all that's on it is a bunch of K-pop stuff because I stopped posting on it in like 2019. Draw nipples on cantaloupes. That's what boobies look like. Don't do this. Hello? User error, guys. That was user error. I was about to get mad at my iPad, but because this is new, it was user error. Make sure your pen nib's screwed on all the way. They'll find your account and have your login reset for you by the end of the night. Myriad overscore X. I think the one that I had like posted on is actually Myriad underscore like written out X. That was like my the one I was contemplating posting art to. But I don't think there's like really anything on it. People see you less as a person when you have a larger following. I was told when I talked about it on my old Tumblr. Even some people I tried talking to who followed me really weren't invested in me personally. I feel like keeping a balance of being personal and posting whatever you make helps balance that, which is what I do on Twitter and my art and interests. Oh no, I completely agree. I think the larger the following you have, the less you are viewed as a person, an individual person. And I think also depends on the type of following you have and why you have that following. If you are a person, like if you're a big artist on Twitter or something like that, and all you do is post art, and the reason you have a following is because of your art. If you're not posting art, you're not going to get that engagement because people don't care about you as a person if you're posting anything other than what they specifically followed you for. So that's something to be very conscious of. Like I've got like 20,000 followers on TikTok because I posted an animation. I don't post animations, I don't get that engagement. Like it's simple math. And the thing is, people think that that engagement and that following transfers over to your other avenues. You know, you have the people who had started out like posting things, like posting stuff, like me, for example. I posted a lot of art. I had a pretty decent following on Twitter for my art. That would not transfer over into followers on Twitch for me doing video game content. You know, like if people are following you for a very specific thing, they are following you for that thing and they don't give a fuck about anything else that you post for the most part. Thank you, Weasel. Click here to learn more. I hate that shit. Do not try to take me to a secondary location in your post. That pisses me off. You're not gonna get me to a secondary location. I can guarantee you that. I can experience myself as how you feel less of a person when you notice your audience only responding to art. I see a few people talk about it and it should be talked about more due to how it brings an identity crisis with how people publicly talk about curating their feeds and how that affects us. I advertise art pages on my old Tumblr, not making all them, so I get that. Yeah. I think the thing is, the problem is, in order to get followers in any sort of capacity, you have to commodify yourself. You have to sell yourself. You're selling an aspect of yourself, whether it's your art, writing, your commentary, if like you play video games or whatever. Like you're selling a part of yourself, and you're trying to appeal to a certain subgroup of people. So it is hard to transfer that over into, like, if you're starting off where you're doing art and then you try to transition to something else, that's going to be very difficult of a transition. It's going to be very difficult to have those followers, especially when you yourself, and this is not pointed at you, Ignited, at all. This is like more of a general observation. When you yourself are not engaging in the same way that you wish to have that engagement, you're not going to get that engagement. If you're not commenting on people's posts, if you're not resharing people's posts, reposting other people's posts, if you yourself are not giving that engagement to other people, they will not give it to you, and you should not like expect to get that engagement. And that's like the thing I found when I'm engaging on other people's posts. I get more engagement as well as my own because they're reciprocating that for the most part. Yeah, that's my 2 cents about social media as a whole. Aren't you married? Jesus Christ, Adward. Threads is so hard. Threads is very hard to keep up. I have a problem keeping up with most social media, to be honest. I don't post consistently on anything. And that is very much a me problem. That's not any problem of anyone else's. I just have a hard time being consistent with posting things. I try to be consistent, and I'm usually consistent for a little bit, and then I just fall off. I stopped posting on Threads months ago. So what I've been doing is I have been doing like the thing where you post like the same thing on both platforms. Like something I post on Threads, I'll post on Twitter now. But I'm also like, I'm like a boring person. And like, I'll go to like write a post ad or something. I'm like, no one cares. And I'll just delete it. And then I'm like, and then it's like 2 months past and I haven't posted anything in a fucking 2 months. myriad bad at posting. Yeah. Social media can be such a time sink too. No offense intended. No, it definitely is. Hey, Rad, how's it going? Can I get a shout out for Rad? You're not boring. I have far too great taste in friends for you to be a boring person. Thank you. I mean, it's going. We're chatting about the fickleness of social media right now. And it's also like, I feel like I'm in a weird, and other people can probably, anyone who kind of has a social media presence probably feels this as well. Especially when you have like a lot going on. I have a lot of different things that I do on the internet. Like obviously I do art, TTRPG content, as well as gaming content. So it's really hard sometimes to find a like a follower base, and I've been very lucky so far. It's been very hard to find a follower base who will kind of just do and follow along with whatever I'm doing. That's been like a very hard thing, kind of reconciling with that, in that, because I want to do all of these things. I want to do art, and I want to do gaming, and I want to do TTRPG content, and I could very easily just focus on one thing and probably grow a little bit more exponentially because I'm focusing on one thing. But I don't want to. I think I would be bored of that. I would get I think I would get burnt out on just doing one thing. That's why I like having like Tuesdays and stuff to do like art, and then Wednesdays is like gaming, and then like Saturdays for D&D. Most social media I do is find funny stuff and send it to people early in the morning so they wake up and see it. Yeah, that's... If you're boring, then I spend way too much time watching your replays of the games you... Thanks, Dro. Twitch and Discord are all the social media I can handle. Yeah, and like I think the thing is, like, I don't consider Twitch social media. I consider Twitch entertainment. Discord I can definitely see as like a social, because sometimes I go onto Discord and I'm just overwhelmed. There's only so many hours in a day. When it comes to my social media, the only pages where I mainly post art is my Instagram and art Tumblr, not the big video game fandom Tumblr I discussed. Twitter is the main hub, so I post art and interest, personal posts, same as Blue Sky. I tried to get into Blue Sky, and I mean, it's basically like Twitter anyway. I think I like logged in and I was like, okay, and then I like never logged back in. Keep growing an audience across several platforms, and the final result could also be... Yeah. That's the thing. That's what they say. You don't want to put all of your eggs in one basket. And I realize I'm not doing anything right now on this piece, but that's and so I have a... For those of you who don't know, I have a degree in marketing. I specifically did like a whole study on like social media and social media marketing and everything. And you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. Since when? Are you talking to me, bitch? I've had a degree in marketing since 2020. You don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. You want to be double dipping in like a bunch of things. And especially with content creation, what you want to do is you want to do 2 or 3 streams a week. And you want to then break those streams down into more digestible content that you can put on other various medias like YouTube, Instagram Reels, things like that. So you're making less work for yourself by having to create different content for those platforms as opposed to just using the content you already have. But yeah, you never want to just be like present on one social media. I say as I'm really only active on Twitch. I know the theory of it. In practice, though, it's completely different. Nah, go fuck yourself. I took a break from Twitch TV this weekend to watch Fallout. It definitely felt like a change. You noting? But I think people should keep up with those they follow outside of just one site. I get that some only follow some people on one site for curating reasons, but if they want to keep up with others, that's just that. Not forcing them, in my opinion, because of how some websites don't last and they're radical to random. Yeah. That's like when I find like if I find like a person who I'm like I would consider you my acquaintance or friend even, I usually will follow them on like most social media because God forbid anything happens where like I'm like, okay, I can't fucking find this person now. Um, Also, like if I just like someone's content, I'll go in and like there's so many artists who um I didn't realize they had like a TikTok until like one of their TikToks popped up on my feed and I'm like, "Oh, this is a person I've literally followed on like Twitter for like a decade now and here I am finding their TikTok." Or I've even found like people who I found artists who I used to follow them on like DeviantArt like over 15 years ago and then their stuff pops up on my feed on TikTok and I'm like, "Holy shit. That's crazy." When it comes to people I follow, I always try to go through their page to find their other accounts. Yeah, same. Especially like I also like I don't know. Um I never want to think that like I'm overstepping boundaries or anything, but I do like to keep up with people in my life. Even if I'm not like actively talking to someone, I like checking in on them. Whoever my friends tell me to follow, or whoever my friends tell me to follow. I said I know some people only following someone on one site only, which I get was why curating their feeds on others, but I do suggest it. Yeah. Yeah. I'm also like I get the need to curate your feed and everything, but like I love the chaos of it. Like I love like going onto Twitter and not knowing what to expect. It's either gonna be like all possums or I'm gonna get like a bunch of like ass and titties on my Twitter feed. It's like a toss up. You too, huh? Nice. And it's weird because like I don't and like you can view people's like likes and stuff on Twitter. Like I don't think that like the likes that I have and stuff on Twitter necessitates a ass and titties for you page, but apparently it does. I do like the possums though. That is something I very much enjoy. I go on and it's just possum central. Now you gotta draw possums with huge bazonkers to become the center of the Venn diagram. I've already said I would never be a furry artist. I have to stick by those guns. Sorry. Draws that one perfect line and yaps. Yeah, I peaked. I peaked today. I'm sorry, guys. I got my one line in. What's wrong with ass, titties, and possums? Make it hairless. Listen, you have to stand by your convictions. You listen. There is one way you guys will know I'm in dire straits, okay? And that's if I start doing furry art. If I start doing furry art, you can be like, oh, Myriad's like poor right now. She needs money. Someone give me some money. I draw furry art due to having OCs that are animals, but I'm not a furry. I can't get behind furry art. I'm like, this is not my bag. I don't want to look at it for the most part either. Are you saying you don't? I mean, I do need money. If you guys want to give me money, that's fine. I'm not doing furry art for it right now, though. Groundhogs are cooler than people get. I think groundhogs are dope. There's always only furries. You not seen the memes? Everyone says no until they're offered 20K. Thank you, ad. Thanks for the dollar. And go, can't even buy an Arizona sweet tea with that. It's fine. I'll save up. I'm a penny pincher. I'm a nice little saver. I'll put it in my piggy bank. I have coins in my piggy bank. My piggy bank's a Pikachu. This is going off the rails very quickly. But you said petty pincher. I'm not really focused on. Yeah. Yeah. Listen, if I was offered 20K to draw some furry art, I probably would do it. I'm not a fucking idiot. I'm just saying I'm not actively out here trying to market myself for said avenues. Man, I really just want to watch. So I got back into watching Game Grumps because of ad. I got back into watching Game Grumps, and I've been I just really want to go watch the Super Mario Sunshine compilation right now. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. No, we would save money, but we have 30-year-old kids to support. Or like, how are we? Oh, monsters are fine. I'm into monsters. On the menu, but a big enough tip. Yeah, a big enough tip opens negotiate. You get it, Dro. You brought. I don't recall. I'm about to get like a screenshot of part of our conversation. Game Girls where they fight Silver. Yeah, I've been back on my Game Grumps bull. I used to be like a fucking oh god. I used to be a really big fan of Game Grumps like a decade ago. Like I had so much merch. I used to like very consistently keep up with their content. I drew a lot of fan art. Good night, Weasel. Still waiting for Myriad merch. I think I have Myriad merch somewhere. I have it. It's there. I just haven't like published it or anything yet. I do need to redo some stuff as well. It has my like old stuff that I used on it. I return. I see you have a message. Anyway, I'm ignoring that. I need a crop top. I think I do have like I had like a crop top. Hold on. Let me see what I had actually like. Cause I was planning on once I reach 1,000 followers, I think I'm gonna like do a merch drop. It felt weird to do like it feels I don't know, it feels weird. It feels not like grody, but I feel weird about it. I feel weird about doing like merch for myself. Meanwhile, like anytime my friends drop merch, I'm like, I give you money, I take your merch. I do like money, but I still like I just feel weird about it. Oh, I have here's like the so I have like a little mug that has like my old little Myriad logo on it. And then I have of I am very powerful. Because I say that a lot. And then I have Shirley. I have a Shirley design. So if you guys have merch requests for designs, just let me know. Drop them in the Discord. And I'll make it happen for when the merch thing actually happens. Merch is hard to sell sometimes, even if people find it good. Especially, yeah, I have a lot of stickers too. But those stickers were from like my art Twitter days. I need crop top and gym shorts. That 4-inch seam. I made my request known. The G-string. So I'm designing Bones's new logo, and I think after I'm done doing Bones's logo and then finishing up Kurt's commission, I might do like my own little stuff so that I can have when we go to PAX, I can have like little business cards, and especially when we go to GaryCon next year, I can have my own little business cards as well as some stickers to give out. because I realized that I'm as professional as I am. I always forget about those little fine details. Mostly because I'm like, no one's gonna want to fucking have my business card. I'm just a little goblin. But at GaryCon, so many people were like, "Oh, you have a business card," and I was like, "No, just a stupid idiot." Thanks, Queecha. Have a good dinner. I'm gonna keep your business card in my wallet for years, then hand it back to you. Our move, I guess. Also, it's like I feel like I have a hard time. I think it's like it's I have like a hard time because it's like when I like look at like Bones and Creep, like Bones has her indie game stuff and Creep's got like her mini paintings. Like they both have like their like thing that they're like that's the thing that they do. Like they do like TTRPG stuff. Like Creep runs her games and everything. Yeah, it's their niche. And I don't think I have that really. At least not in a marketable way. I do Yap. At least not like in a marketable way where I'm like, yeah, this is my thing that I do, and this is like the thing that I'm like really good at, and blah 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 blah. Because it's like I have like I do a whole bunch of different things, so it's weird to be like, yeah, I'm an artist and I do variety gaming and I also do TTRPG content, and I'm also like a TTRPG performer. Um, that's like a mouthful. And as much as I do Yap, as much as I be yapping. Your niece is being, yeah, I'm just a little guy. Little guy. I'm doing my best. It was like my blue lights. I just realized I all we've lost merch. So I have an idea for all we've lost merch. And I was talking to Jay about it, and I owe Jay a fucking design because she was gonna have them printed on some. We were gonna do like a giveaway at the end of all we've lost of some always very exclusive all we've lost merch. Like only one printing. There's only gonna be like 5 t-shirts made. Um, so it's like hands, like lines for hands with a mound of dirt with like a little like bud coming out, but then like the dirt's falling, and then it's gonna be like funky all we've lost um font. I just gotta get done. You only ever get one, so you regret the what you've lost. Stardew merch, vampire merch, yeah. I could do Stardew merch. Yeah, so we were gonna do the players were gonna get everyone, all the players were gonna get a shirt, and then we were gonna do like a giveaway of like 2 or 3. And I also want to do here I am giving away all of the things that I'm planning on doing for the end of all we've lost. I wanted to get a custom dice set made, or at least like even just like custom D6s or something like that, for all we've lost. And I wanted to like have like send a set to each of the players as well as do a giveaway of like the custom dice set. But it's in the pipeline. Huh. fuck was that? You baby back bitch.
There's no protection.
No protection. You guys hear that? I got 5 more thanks. I think that's a cute little hairstyle, I'm not gonna lie. Yes, we heard that. Okay, good. I figured out why it wasn't coming through. I can't hear it because I don't have my audio on right now. But I figured out why it wasn't coming through before. Very smart, very intelligent. The hair looks like Glaceon. Oh. You mean that in a derogatory manner? I'll cry. Not at all. Okay, good. I'll save my tears then. That's something I could do. You guys want like bottled tears? Anyone into that? Anyone willing to pay at least $200 for a bottle of my tears? Weird that you draw that after saying no to furry art, but go fuck you. You guys know that all of Pokemon. Stop it. Try OnlyFans. Thanks, crime. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have like a little pendulum, I think, hanging from her ear. I was there when they were written. Hey, Storm, how's it going? My son destroyed me this morning. Oh no. A good way and a bad way. Imagine being 30. Could you imagine? Swim on an empty stomach? Oh. Oh no. Really not a good idea to do anything on an empty stomach. Is it good to eat on an empty stomach? Damn, he got your ass. Get fucking wrecked. Get top decked and wrecked, idiot. I'm not good enough. Actually. If you want to be technical, if your stomach is empty enough, you shouldn't eat either. You got gushers? Fucks with gushers. I hear Joel laughing. I don't know what it's at. Anyway, I hate men. I'm not going to try to out technical an 8-year-old who spends every moment contemplating every edge case. Excuse me, Matt will just argue why you shouldn't have to take a shower. It's like wrestling with a pig. Oh, man. Alright. I think I'm gonna leave it off here because I want to look into some more jewelry and stuff before I continue doing the rest of her outfit. But yeah, I think this is a good start. Good start for our little divination wizard. She's very cute. I love her. She's such a little cutie patootie. We haven't drawn the eyes yet, but anyway, we're gonna go raid over into Bones because she's playing 7 days, and she's got Twitch integrations on, which means that we're gonna spawn zombies. Is that your bad boy? No, it's not my bad boy. We're doing I decided I was gonna do a little cheeky little series where I design one of every class for D&D. Thanks. Oh, thank you, Creature. Anyway, what we got coming up this week? Tomorrow we are going to be playing Duck Detective, 7 p.m. Pacific. Very excited. Thursday, we're gonna be doing another art stream. We might be doing a continuation of this, or I might be working on some commissions. And then I'm off the rest of the week. Very weird, very bizarre. I have nothing going on this weekend. I don't have a single stream. This is like my first weekend off, like full weekend off since I think December. Weird. Anyway, stick around. We're gonna go right into Bones. Thank you guys so much for chilling. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you all so much. And I will hopefully see you guys tomorrow for some Duck Detective, where we play a duck and we're a detective. Duh, you freaking idiots. Bye!